Ravens. Damn, that was hard to watch. Yo guys, my name is Sunny. Welcome to szg Sport. And if you like this video, love Ravens content, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell so you know every time I go live or I put one of these videos. As I said, as the season starts, you're gonna see more recorded videos. And this is my segment, the good, the bad. There was some ugly in this one. So, oh man, I mean, I watched this game I woke up at 1 in the morning, watched the whole thing. It was hard to watch, not gonna lie. The ending, it was a fairly good game, and I have all my notes here because when you watch this as a YouTuber, once you start watching, you take notes and you know. But I would like to know your good, bad, and ugly. Put it in the comments below. Okay, let's talk about it. I'm gonna go with the good first, okay? Let's start with some positive notes. Sammy Watkins. Sammy Watkins had a good game. Sammy Watkins had a better game than I expected. He was involved in the offense, not only in the deep route. There was one drop, but in my opinion, that was a bad pass on Lamar. Not only he threw it hot, like super tight, but he also threw it high, right? So I bet he could have catch it, right? But still, Sammy Watkins, really good game in my opinion. Marlon Humphrey, I know there was a lot of stuff that was said online because he gave up in that play. There was no way that he was going to catch it, so whatever. Also, that pick that he had that nobody thought it was a pick, but if you watch the replays, and thank you Twitter and Facebook, it should have been a pick. Anyway, he had a very strong game. He had a couple, as a corner, you always going to have some problems because how the rules are stacked. But he had a strong game, very strong game. They moved him on Waller, and then Waller got quiet for a little bit, and then they put in a Humphrey, and then he was able to quiet him out. But he was the one corner that was consistently good. The other corners, Avery had a strong game, but now like Marlon, obviously you're not expecting that. The other, Hollywood Brown showed up. Hollywood Brown played really good. Like in that jet sweep, he fought for every yard. He got the first down. On the touchdown pass, you can see him going behind the end zone, calling Lamar. Lamar just kept looking, and then when he found the opening, he threw it to him. Hollywood played good. He still doesn't see contact as much as I would like for a receiver, but that's going to be Hollywood, right? That's him in a nutshell. But if he does what he did today, once Bateman comes and Sammy on the other side, that's a strong trio. I actually thought, I don't know about you guys, but Williams and Murray played good. We talk about Murray, a guy that came Friday, and Williams, a guy that didn't have first reps until late in the offseason, right? Maybe a week and a half ago, started getting some first reps with Lamar. So obviously, one of my worries was, that's the handout. How is the handout going to be handled, right? Because Lamar likes to put it in the belly and then pull it out, and there has to be that chemistry, that understanding. And there was one time that it was a fumble. They didn't lose the fumble, but it happened, right? So that's it. That being said, I was pleasantly surprised with both of them. Williams ran really well. Murray, not as good as Williams, but again, he came in Friday. So obviously he is way behind Williams in his learning curve. But still, both of them, in my opinion, strong showing. One guy that I don't know if might be surprised for you that I'm mentioning him, Double O Odafe Owe. Look, he played really good, better than I expected, right? He got a sack, and that sack was just pure effort. And that's how he's going to win. Because other than that, although he got double teamed a couple times, he is still not very sharp. But in the run game, he hustles, he's long, and he's fast. So obviously, he was able to contribute. He put some pressures. He had the sack, some tackles for loss, if I'm not mistaken, in the running side. So Odafe Owe overall had a strong showing. And the interior defensive line, Campbell, Big Baby. I know Big Baby doesn't get credit around here, but Big Baby, he was clogging that middle. And there was one big run, if I'm not mistaken, but that was it. Campbell had a strong showing. Big Baby had a strong showing. Marabuki too. The thing is, those three in the middle, you usually don't hear their name much, because if they're doing their job correctly, you're gonna hear PQ. PQ had a decent game, right? And my last good, interior O-line. I was very surprised, not very pleased with Bozeman. Bozeman played well. Siler had that false start. But Siler has this weird, once they're ready to stand, he like moves like to almost to readjust himself. And I think that's what happened. They called the first full start. After that, they didn't call it, but I kept seeing that happening. And even Phillips plays well, and shout out to him. Hopefully he's okay in the left guard position. I was shocked that he started at left guard, but then they put Powers, and Powers played pretty good too. So the interior O-line was solid, and that's what you need, because as I finished the good, on the outside, we'll talk about the tackles. It's easier for Lamar to escape the outside. When pressure comes to the middle, it's over. It's very hard for you to escape. But if the outsides are struggling a little bit, you take that over the middle, okay? Especially for a guy like Lamar. The bat. Ooh, there was a bad blitzing. Look, this is a game that we got to the quarterback with pressure a couple of times when we rush 5. We blitz, right? And you see like 7 people on the line, right? And they were all coming. And you're like, well, Carr's not even getting sniff. What the F? Right? You're expecting on a blitz somebody to get sniffed by. Like a guy getting a hit at minimum. Right? Even if you don't get a sack. But at least a QB hit. Nothing. Dude is just standing there. And I'm like, if we cannot get there on the blitz, you're leaving your corners on an island. There's only so much they can do. And we'll talk about the corners later. But with blitzing, there was the blitz of Patrick Queen. That was beautiful. He faked that and then he came inside and got him. That was great. But other than that, most blitz were ineffective. Clark wasn't getting there. My guy, Joker, wasn't getting there. And the other thing is, and they were there floating. Like sometimes they blitz, but they didn't go all the way, so they stay a little bit behind. I'm like, you're completely out of the play. And that happened. And when they moved the ball for a tying field goal, Tavon Young came on a blitz. He didn't get there, and he stepped back, and he was floating like 2 yards off the line of scrimmage. I'm like, dude, you're doing nothing. You're doing nothing. You're looking deep out, right? There's no running back leaking. You're not coming in. What the F you're doing? You're doing nothing. Chuck Clark did the same thing. And Joker, which had a very poor game. So Joker for me was another one. Missed tackles. Both touchdowns, he missed tackles. The one with Waller, he took the wrong angle. Clark was expecting him to take the other angle. Clark, in my opinion, had a strong game. But yeah, Joker had a bad game. My other bad was missed tackles. Think about the touchdown. There wasn't a touchdown, right? That in the same play, Houston missed a tackle on Humphrey. But my problem is not even Houston. It's hard for an outside linebacker being there in an island, right? But Humphrey already quit on that play thinking, okay, Houston's going to take it. No. Everybody rushed to the point of attack. He has the ball. If Houston, let's say Houston wraps up, but the guy is fighting. Well, Marlon, because you're not taking the right angle, because you're not pursuing the play, he breaks the tackle, and then, which is what happened, but Houston really wasn't even close to tackling him. So tackle was atrocious by most of the players. The D-line, again, plays solid, but not... Tackling was poor. It was very poor. They should just do tackles today. Just tackle. Wrap up dummies, because it was just bad. It was bad. The play call for me, this is just specifically for me. I don't know. I would like to... Comments below. The play call on 3rd and 3, where we essentially get a first down, we win the game, right? You roll right. And I'm like, you roll right, you have somebody with the drag route, but you also, they know Lamar might run it, so you're committing every defense to go with you. What I would have won? Well, either spread them out, right? Spread them out. Lamar, you have a couple of throws, easy throws. No, then you run it. Because essentially when you did that play, you're like, just, if you take a sack, it's fine, right? If you take a sack, whatever, as long as it's not deep sacks, that's fine. So you could have just spread them up, have a slant, maybe a curl, and the shallow 5-yard curl, quick slant. That's 2. No, nothing deep. You keep people deep so you can take those safeties out of the play. And if you don't bam, you don't see, you take off, right? Which is what he eventually did. That's what I would like. Another position, also a naked bootleg. Naked bootleg. So you fake the run this way. And then if Lamar gets pressure really quick, right? He can outrun anybody. And then just take the sack or, but essentially if you do the naked boot, the reality is all the defense is thinking they're burning clock. So they're going to try to go with him. And Lamar might just go one-on-one against somebody. Lamar, you take that chances. Lamar against whoever, and you expect Lamar to win. But the play call, I did not like that. Basically, moving pocket to the right with I don't know who it was on the drag route, but I'm not a fan of the play. As soon as they started the play, I was like, I don't think this is gonna work, and it did. And Ronnie Stanley's in my bad. Ronnie Stanley had one of his, I'm not going to say worst, but he looked like Ronnie Stanley for his rookie year, right? As a rookie, you have mistakes, and that's what Ronnie had. He's rusty. I'm not concerned about Ronnie Stanley. He is rusty. But I have to be sincere with you guys. He was in my bad because there's some pressures coming from the left side that you don't want to see that. When you pay that much money for your bookend left tackle, you're like, okay, I'm done there. Lamar, you don't even have to worry about the bottom side. So he had a rough game. Not oh my God, Villanueva, which we're gonna talk about, but he had a rough game. That's it for the bad. Let's talk about some ugly. And again, if I forget anything, put it in the comment section below. I gotta start with this guy, Alejandro Villanueva. Oh my God, dude. Even in that sack at the end with not Max, but the other dude that Nassib, you whiff. You look inside for some reason because I guess Nassib didn't come right away. No, protect the pocket. What if you do it? But it was all game. It was like, sir, you want to get a try today? Come right ahead. Lamar, here's another guy for you. I'm like, what are you doing, my guy? So, he can't get any worse. Obviously, he's changing position, but he can't get any worse. He was bad. Again, he was in my uglies because there was nothing. I couldn't say anything good for him. Nothing. Actually, if Phillips would have been benched, I would have been like, bring Tyreek Phillips. Meaning that if Phillips didn't play in the left guard starting the game, I would have put Tyreek Phillips on the right tackle. I would have just benched out. I would have just benched him. My other ugly, Big Money Andrews. Where's the money? You pay all this money. You expect production. Well, he was very quiet, but again, I don't need anybody to get force fed, right? I don't need anybody to just be let's throw to him. But dude, you had a first down. Secure the ball. That's all. I don't need yardage at that point. You already passed the chains. Grab it, secure it like it's your baby. You don't want to let it go and go down. Hell of a job by Abrams. And by the way, shout out to the Raiders. Raiders played good and they beat us. They just beat us, right? But Andrews, come on, man. That just because of that, I'm my ugly. Because you make that first down, we can keep moving, right? I feel bad for putting this guy here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not feeling good for putting it here. Because it's not fair. But I had, again, always gonna get the truth with me. Stephens. As a rookie, raw rookie, we drafted him in the third round. Last pick in the third, maybe. And we said, like, yeah, this is a developmental player. He's probably going to play safety. But he didn't play safety. He played corner. And the big plays was all against Stephens. And my trouble with Stephens, he didn't play bad. Like, he was in position. And that play, the touchdown that wasn't a touchdown with Edwards, he just didn't tackle. He made everything right. He pinned him to the side. He just didn't bring him down with him, right? They're not costing us, but still, the play with Henry Ruggs, Steven was there. They basically, Carl was like, and the very few plays that was big, Carl was like, where's Stephens? Okay, who I have? Okay, dude, I got you. I'm going to go with you. So obviously, that's not only a Stephens. Again, I feel bad for putting him here because he was, as a rookie, I thought he was in position. He just didn't finish the play. But Wink failed him because Wink pulled him in bad situations. So I had to do it. And last, this hurts me, but Lamar Jackson. I had to put in my ugly. He has some good things, right? That deep pass to Sammy Watkins was great. Escapability on the pocket was great in a couple plays. The touchdown on Hollywood Brown was great. Some of the runs that he did was great, but I felt like he didn't run enough. What I mean by, the pressure was coming. There were some plays that the tackles got beat, and you step up. And in that moment, now your pocket got shorter. Somebody can come and tackle you. So you should, at that moment, just look quick. Even if it is just one read by then. The guy's not open, let me take off. The Raiders, which I was surprised, but the Raiders are like, Lamar ain't running. Let him get him green. There was so much green on Lamar Jackson. It was crazy. Even on the running plays, and I think in the second half, you saw him trying to pull a couple of them because the Raiders was just going with the running back. And Lamar was just here, which, dude, what? And again, it could be because, the pull out or leaving the ball, they still haven't practiced that enough, so he wasn't comfortable just taking the ball. And again, there was they got into a fumble. Still, man. Whew. Also, the 2 fumbles. One, he was running and he happened, the hit came when he was moving to the side. Okay, that's unfortunate, but also Lamar, if you're jumping, secure the ball. When you're jumping, obviously you're more vulnerable. The one on the pocket, I mean, again, it was a fumble, but that was a great play by Nassib. But still, they're coming to you, just credit that, because if you don't fumble, you punt deep, who knows, we might get a tie, right? We might get the ball back. Who knows? Still, secure the ball. Third, another problem that I have with Lamar, and I tweeted about this, he looked like he was in his second year, throwing low to the guys. I'm like, and it wasn't always, but he did that a lot in his second year. He threw low, he threw too high. Maybe it was nerve. He needs to come down. Obviously, the accuracy there sometimes was beautiful, sometimes was all over the place. So for that, I put Lamar in my ugly. Again, guys, it was a tough loss. How we lost after that pick, I'm like, yes, here we go. We have it. Let's throw down. Tucker, kick that field goal. It didn't happen like that. But hey, I want to hear from you. What was your good, bad, and ugly? Tell me. How do you feel about this game? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, IG, Facebook at szg.sports. Don't forget, I come live Mondays minus when there's a Monday night for the Ravens. And also Tuesdays and Thursdays, AFC North Talk, 5:45 p.m. Eastern. Please subscribe to both channels. Hit the bell. I will see you next time.